Hey kids, welcome to Stylus Rumble chat time thing. I think we have a chat overlay. We'll see if you remember. I'm gonna just do some doodles in the background, or I've got some drawings and stuff. I tried to talk and draw, and I'm like so out of practice that I don't know how. So I'll just do those things separately, and we'll edit. Fixed in post. We'll just fix it in post. So I've been gone for a while because I needed a health break. I've just been working too much. And I'm kind of a sickly old lady, so I had sciatica return in my leg. I've got a bad leg, it's nerve damage. It's just kind of bad at being a leg, and it started just screaming in pain, and I was like, I need to walk a little bit and stop sitting so much. But drawing is my favorite thing. So I had to take a break from Stylus Rumble just to get myself under control. Now I'm back. And I'm healthy now, see, I have a water bottle. That's how you know I'm fit. So today, what I want to talk about is art fitness, because I'm an athlete now. Been going to the gym for like 3 months. If you want to be an if you want to be an art athlete, you have to think about it in a similar way as somebody who aspires to fitness. You want to work on your art fitness. So today we're going to talk a little bit about that. What are the best things you can start doing to improve your art health, your art fitness today? Like, what can you just start doing? So the first thing is you have to be drawing every day. And one of the most annoying suggestions people get is practice. Because it's so like, yeah, like obviously you gotta practice, just do it every day. So let's talk about how what does that mean? What does practice every day mean? So the number one best thing any drawing type human can do is get a sketchbook. Any kind of sketchbook, any size that you can carry everywhere. Maybe it's small, maybe it's big if you got a good spine on you. I like small sketchbooks because I'm not very, I got a bad back. Ooh, I'm so old. So get a sketchbook and bring it everywhere with you. I recommend working in pen, either ballpoint pen, just get any, just a cheap Bic. You can steal a pen from the bank. That's fine, that's all you need. And just draw regularly. So when you wake up, if you are a morning person like me, you have like a nice long breakfast with your family, have a bit of paper there, you can draw at breakfast time. I do that almost every day. And if anybody follows me on Instagram, sometimes I'll paint instead. So I'll have a bit of breakfast and then do some little size paintings every day, so that I'm doing something first thing when I get up, just because it makes me happy. So maybe you commute. I used to draw on the subway and on the streetcar when I lived in Toronto, and I was commuting from the northern part of Toronto downtown where I was working or going to school. I'd bring my sketchbook and I'd just draw on the train. And you're like, well, but it's shaky and your drawings are bad. Well, it doesn't matter. That's not what sketchbook is about. That's the most important thing about sketching. It's not drawing. Sketching is not drawing. I even have a whole video rant where I just stop drawing when you're sketching. Sketching is about learning. So just explore things. Think about gesture. Think about perspective. And I'd like to do some little videos about exercises you could do in your sketchbook. That's on my to-do list because my life's all about fitness now. So I'm going to be talking about art fitness. And one of the things that I hear a lot is I don't know what to draw, or just I have art block and blah. And art block is for amateurs. We don't have time for art block in real life, okay? If I have a job, I can't tell them I'm not inspired to do my job today. That's not a thing, okay? If you want to be a fine artist, I don't know what they do over there. They're all about the talk rather than the production. But if you're on a production, you have a quota of work you need done at a certain time. So you can't not feel inspired on a Thursday because you work every day. So by drawing every day, you start to erase that mindset that it's a temporary thing, or it's that you need inspiration. Inspiration don't need it. What are you going to draw? Draw what you see. Right now, I got a water bottle because I'm fit now. Ooh, I have Thunder Jones, my desk dinosaur. He has this great hat. My friends got him from Mexico. I love them. You could draw him. Look how ferocious he is. Rawr. You can draw anything. A lamp, a dog, a boot, whatever's around your house. If you're commuting, just draw the people on the streetcar. Or draw the streetcar. Draw the chairs. Draw if there's no people, draw the streetcar. That's a thing. Garbage boxes, raccoons, pine cones. The world is an endless supply of things for you to draw. So don't use the excuse that you're not interested. Don't say, I don't want to draw a lamp. I don't care what you want to do. This is learning time. Set yourself up learning time, beep, and drawing time. This is the time. The drawing time is where you draw the things you like to draw. That's when you draw your illustrations or the stuff you're going to put on Instagram and stuff. But other time, beep, most of the time, you're drawing to improve your drawing skills. So by getting outside of your comfort zone, you're going to level those up. And the best thing about sketchbook is you start to notice things that you're bad at. So say you're going to the mall, you're going to sketch the people in the line at Starbucks. There's a really good place, the Eaton Center in Toronto, where you can sit on the fountain and you can draw the Starbucks line. It was one of my favorite places to go draw because people wait in different ways. So you get the like, and you get the, ooh, I'm gonna get my Starbucks. Or you have people talking to each other, you have groups of people, you have old people, you have young people, very diverse range of people. So you're not stuck drawing that beautiful anime girl with the big boobies every time, because you're not gonna grow if you don't move on. Draw some ugly old donkeys or something. Like, get out of your normal little box of drawing stuff and just draw something new. All right, so like I was saying, I'm really out of practice, so my wandering's gonna be real bad. So, when you're drawing in your sketchbook, let's say you're drawing people. You start to notice when you get to the shoulder part, you're fiddling, you're going, and you don't really know what to do. Make a little note. Put a little star, put it in the back, have a page in the back of your sketchbook, put a little tab if you're big on post-it notes, and write shoulders. What even are they? Ugh. And then the next time you have time to practice your fundamentals, which everybody's always talking about. Practice a lot, practice your fundamentals, two very vague ideas. So the next time you're like, I should practice these fundamentals, you'll have notes in your sketchbook that say, I don't know how shoulders work. They just confuse me. And then you have something to do. So you can't say, I don't know what to draw, because you have a list of your weaknesses. You're trying to draw on the subway. Let's say you're trying to draw the subway itself, and you don't know, everything's just a mess. Your perspective is just shoddy. You can write that in your list and say, I need to practice my perspective. I need to practice my shoulder anatomy. I need to practice how hats actually go on a head. I need to practice my animal anatomy. Maybe you're trying to draw a dog and you're just like, this just a fluff. How does this work? What is underneath there? Because in order to draw anything believably, you need to understand what's happening under the fluff to get those legs coming out of the right place and stuff. And there's styles of illustration, of course, where you can move very far away from anatomy and stuff, but if you're interested in animation specifically, your dog needs to work. It doesn't need to be anatomically correct, perfect. It doesn't need every single muscle and sinew, but it does need to have a ballpark idea of what a dog looks like. That's important. So this is my challenge to all you artsy folk out there. I want you to get a sketchbook, or if you have a sketchbook, start using it as much as possible every single day, and don't let yourself have any excuses about it. And if you don't know what to draw, just go to Pinterest, type in a random word or number, just type in 1954, type in a color, type in purple, and you'll get some random array of images on Pinterest, and then draw the first one. Maybe it's a toilet, maybe it's a man on a bicycle, maybe it's a bird. Doesn't matter what it is. Just get outside your comfort zone and draw something new. And as you're sketching, don't aim for quality. Think about the fundamentals that you're trying to improve. So maybe your anatomy has been a little bit lacking lately. So find some images of humans. Type in the word people. You will find people. If you want to improve like men or women or children, type that into the old Pinterest and you'll get a gazillion images. It's endless. And then sketch with purpose. So think about, if you're doing anatomy studies, think about the anatomy of what you're looking at. If you're practicing your proportions, make sure that you're drawing proportionally. You don't need a really pretty image at the end. You need a proportional image. That's your goal. So have little goals like that in mind that you can do, and always have a list. Always keep writing down the things that you want to improve, and you're never going to have the excuse that you don't know what to draw, because there's literally everything to draw. You're not shutting yourself down, waiting for interest or inspiration or blah. Draw everything. Everything. The next thing is stop waiting to feel qualified or ready or good. It doesn't happen. I don't feel qualified or ready or good, and I've been a professional for over a decade, and I still hate everything I draw. I hate it all. It's awful. I'm one of those people that are like, "Ew, my art's so bad," because I just only see the flaws, and I'm always aspiring for improvement. But I'm not going to not do it because I'm bad at it or because I don't like what I'm achieving, because my goal is to improve. If you sit down with the goal in mind that you want to draw the best thing ever, you will always be disappointed. But if you sit down with the goal in mind to draw every day and do your best and work on improvement, you're never going to be disappointed with what you do. So set yourself quantifiable goals. Today, I want to draw for 1 hour, and then just draw for an hour. Draw the things you see. Draw from Pinterest. I love Pinterest so much. There's so much stuff on there. And if you draw for 1 hour and it's all garbage, you have still succeeded. You have achieved your goal, because your goal wasn't to be good. It was to just draw for 1 hour. And then set yourself goals for each fundamental. So if you know that you need to improve your perspective, if you're very junior, start with the very basics of that fundamental. So 1-point perspective boxes. And just do that for 1 hour. Or say I want to draw 10 boxes from different perspectives. That's another good thing for a beginner to do. Once you get a little bit further on, start including your cylinders, and then start building your boxes together like Legos to form interesting shapes. Take simple objects around your house and practice drawing them in perspective. Like here, you have your cylinder with a smaller cylinder on there, and then you have to find a way to curve it and really focus on the perspective. Get those concentric rings here and focus on getting them done correctly. And if you want a very correct and boring drawing at the end of perspective study, it's not gonna be something for Instagram. That's not the point. The point is to improve that skill that you're working on. So let me just try and summarize that, because I think this was a long, windy path. So first, get a sketchbook. Draw every day. As you're drawing, make notes about the things you're struggling with and keep a list somewhere of the things that you need to improve. Then when you are working on a study period, and I highly recommend, if you are not in any structured program like an art school, or you have somebody externally that can organize you and make sure that you're doing these things, what you need to do is give yourself a schedule. So look at I don't know what your life is like. Maybe it's 2 hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Hopefully it's every day if you really want to get into the profession, like if you can dedicate the time. And set aside study periods, study blocks. So you're not there for fun. You're not there to entertain your ego and draw your favorite things. You're there to study something specifically that you are bad at. And you've got a list now. So you don't need to worry about not knowing what to do, because you have a list. Lists are life. Love them so much. And then just continue this forever. This is what I do. I don't spend as much time just dedicated to sketching in life anymore because I'm so busy and stuff. I do Pinterest roulette. Well, I just put in random things and I doodle them. Spend a lot of time, things like that. In the summertime, I spend a lot of time in the park with my kid, and I will draw while he plays in the playground, stuff like that. So I still try and I do try and fit it into my life as best I can. And then I make notes of my weaknesses and I study my weaknesses. I know I'm really bad at color. Just at all. I don't know how to color things. Real bad. I know that I need to work on my shoulder anatomy. That's something that I've been focusing on when I'm doodling, when I'm just sketching from images and stuff. I try and think a lot about the shoulders, things like that. So now that I'm back, this is my vague plan. A vague plan. I'd like to talk more about art fitness and start giving you guys exercises that you can do in your sketchbook, because I love sketchbook. It's the best thing. And if you are looking for fundamental exercises to do, if you're like, oh, I need to study my fundamentals, but I don't really know what to even start with, think about what your goal is. So if you want to be an effects animator, then organic perspective is very, very important. Sketching organic things, so going out and drawing rocks. If you have a river you can practice drawing the river and the way that the water flows and the shapes that it gets. You can practice just drawing cloth thrown over different things. Those are all very, very good for effects. If you know what you want to be an environment designer, then you have to really focus down on your perspective. Make sure that you've got a real solid hold on that. and putting objects on tables, making sure you understand the proportions of furniture. That's something that a lot of people don't even think about. Anything you're drawing, proportions are important. Whether you're drawing a car, you need to know where the wheels sit underneath the car. They're not under the doors. They're moved out. So a lot of people don't take the time to study the proportions of things that they're not interested in, but it's really helpful to think of all things that you're drawing as a proportional thing in relationship to humans if you're interested in drawing humans. Here's another challenge. Whatever job you're aiming for, whatever your goal is, a professional, ask people who have that job what they think the most important fundamental exercises are. So just like you want to be a character animator, ask the character animators on Twitter what they think the most fundamental exercises are. They'll probably say gesture drawing or figure drawing, life drawing, a lot, something in that ballpark. But maybe they'll have something that really helped them, like drawing box figures, or for me, drawing cars really helped my figure drawing because just drawing humans all the time, I lost track of like what I was trying to improve. Like it's very hard to identify what you're struggling with. And by drawing cars, I was drawing curved forms in perspective. It improved my overall perspective skills. And then when I went back to drawing humans, I was like, oh, this is much easier now because I can think about the curves in space and actually like bring the perspective into those figure drawings, which is something I hadn't really mashed together, but I didn't know why I wasn't getting it until I switched to cars and then came back. So those are my challenges. Sketch every day, make a list of your weaknesses, set yourself times to focus on improving those weaknesses, and research the position that you want to have. If you have a pristine goal in mind, somewhere to go, then you're really going to be able to laser focus on the right things. Because like for me, if I want to be a character animator, effects animator, 2D animator, then spending 6 months really focused on color studies is not going to get me that job. I'm in the wrong place, basically. Hopefully that gives you guys some ideas. I would love to hear what type of exercises you guys would like me to cover. I definitely want to talk about gesture and organic perspective and sketchbooking because sketching is my favorite thing in life. It's so good. And I love drawing faces. I think you guys know that from my crazy skull thing. If I've been talking about old videos where I'm like, I'm going to continue doing this, and then I just drop off the map, please remind me of the ones that you guys like, and I will continue doing more of those, because I know I didn't finish that fairy rig. But I'm going to try and get back on track. I'm going to go take a vacation in April, though. So hopefully I have enough videos to cover that time. But I got plans. I'm back! I didn't disappear forever. Thank you to everybody who has been sharing and hyping the channel while I've been on my break. I really appreciate it. The channel's not dead. I'm still here. I love you guys. I'm gonna just talk forever because I have no plan, as you know. So like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see more of. And those old promises I forgot to keep. So, like, share, subscribe, all those things internet people ask you to do, and I will see you in the next episode, which will be in a week for sure, for like 92% sure.